Wait for a couple people to get here. Sprite. How does that look, Ryan? Libras? Too bright? Let's see, what if I turned it off? Does it look better? No, see, it casts a glare. Looks okay. Do I need to turn the light back up? Hey, Carlos. Hey, Susie. Okay. It just looks bright from my end for some reason. It could be just my white skin. I did put makeup on. I am, James. I was messing around with the lighting. Let's see. Thank you. It's purple with red eyeliner or lip liner. Carlos, you don't have any questions? Hopefully I can answer everyone's here. So let's see, 27. Hang on. I'll wait for a few more minutes. I'll just chat with you lovely people that are here early. What you chatting about, James? Oh, good, Susie. Good. Take your time when you do get back. Let me mute some of these Discord channel things that I got coming in. Okay, so you don't have to hear the ding in the background. Oh, House of Dragons. I know nothing about that. I know it's Game of Thrones, but everybody got a pen and paper or something to jot some information down? I'm gonna keep playing with that, I know. Why when I move it blinks? No questions besides where we're staying, if anything. I'm pretty sure it's 6 foot in. Hey Duo, I'm guessing this is Steve. Yeah, Carlos, I'll go over as far as the hotels and stuff like that too. Okay, it's 6:30. I'm thinking that's okay. Okay, sorry if it's bright, y'all. I'm playing around with my photography backgrounds and the lighting I have in here, so it's kind of all over the place. So if it's too bright, let me know. Craig, whatever. Okay, so first things first. The dates for this trip to Georgia whatever, Craig, is May 19th through the 25th of 2021. Now, the 19th and the 25th, I really wouldn't consider those part of the trip. That's pretty much traveling days. So 19th getting there, and y'all, the mashed potato Johnson is Polly. If y'all want to chat with him. The 19th is pretty much the traveling day getting there. And then the 25th is, coming home. So the 20th through the 24th is the 5 days that we'll be doing all the going around to different locations and stuff. I am interrogating y'all. Steve or Lacey, whichever one of y'all is. I've got all these different colored backgrounds with my photography. So that's what I'm playing around with. So yeah, May 19th through the 25th. Write that down. Mashed potato Johnson is Polly, y'all. Okay, so he's going to be putting funny stuff in there and in the chest, kind of like Craig. So far, I've got 20 confirmed that are going and 8 maybe. The 20 does include significant others and stuff like that. You like Coldplay? Safety. Sean was talking to me about safety. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Katie. I just started Rachel and Katie. I'm just pretty much just said the dates. If anybody's joining this late and you watch it and I haven't answered any of your questions, put it in the comments. I'll definitely be checking it 24/7 and I'll answer your questions. As far as safety, Sean is a little concerned, like if COVID is still going on, which it looks like it probably will. If someone was to get it, would you blame me or him? That everybody's an adult. There's no blaming or whatever. Once I go through the safety part, that's what I'm going through next. Kind of getting an idea. I'll try to hurry this up, y'all, so we can start our Among Us and other games because I'm excited about that. You want safety, so I shouldn't be. Yeah, don't bring a chainsaw, Craig. I doubt you can get on playing with it anyway. So, as far as safety, everybody should have a mask, of course, and wear it at all times. Everyone is responsible for themselves. Sean is bringing a temperature gun. He is I think, an area manager. He's the top manager of Walmart, so he's got one of those. He's going to bring the temperature gun, and he brought up a good suggestion, like every day when we meet up for like the lunch and dinner, whatever, or just every day when we start out, just everybody take each other's temperatures, and that'll be a great thing to do. Yeah, you can bring a Speedo. I'm thinking on purpose, trying to get COVID on the super spreader to everyone. Okay, that's got to be Steve that just said that. So yeah, we'll check our temperature every day, and that I want to go over this. So if anybody's doubting, like, okay, we're still in COVID, do I really want to take the trip? We're taking all the measurements that we need to now help out. Hey, Wendy. I'm just going to ignore Craig's comments. Sonoy should be our meetup place every day, unless we're all staying in the same little town. Then we can kind of, go from there. Flights and car rentals should be everybody's responsibility. That's pretty much where 90% of your money's coming. The only people that I know for sure that are going to be driving, I think I'm going to be taking the longest drive, is myself and then Michelle, American Mom. She's going to be driving, but she's got a shorter route. I am looking into getting a big van. Steve, if you're listening, I did look into a 12 to 15 passenger van. And Polly brought up a good point, because I was looking at renting something from Texas and driving it to Georgia, and it's looking at almost $1,000. I know it doesn't seem like a lot if you're splitting it up between everybody, but my thing is, hey, Eileen, everybody in the chat, there's Eileen. There's my sister. That's how you spell her name. That's how you pronounce it. But Polly brought up a good point. Like, once I got to Georgia, I want to make sure if there's a big group of people that are going to be there, then once I get to Georgia, then I'll look into renting a van. But I just want to make sure that I've got enough people to help pay for it, and it's not just all on me. And that's looking like about $800, and that's 12 or 15 passenger van. And back to the safety. If we do decide to get the van, which I'm hoping we do, because it's a lot of back roads, and I would hate for one vehicle after another and everyone have to rent all these cars and stuff when we can all just be in one van, going location. So my idea is, if we get there and we have a group, because like I said, we got at least 20 right now confirmed, I would bring a couple of cans of Lysol. So every day before we start out, I would spray it all inside, all in this, the seats and everything. Just spray it all down. When we get out to go to lunch, I'll spray it all down while it's soaking in the seats and everything while we're eating, and the same for dinner and just all throughout. So with our masks, the temperature gun, Lysol and everything, I think we will pretty much be okay. Like I said, 90% of this is just driving around back roads. As long as we all fall into that and actually do it as a team, we should be fine, especially with the temperature gun. I was so happy that he offered to bring that. So any questions before I go forward on the dates, who's going, in the safety? And Craig, I mean business. You can, Ryan, if you want to make, for sure that it wouldn't hurt. We'd also be taking turns spraying all the face with Lysol. Oh, Eileen, you read the chats. This is what I deal with every day. It's a great group. But yeah, Ryan, that's a good thing, because I thought about going ahead and get tested anyway. If we wanted to all do that, that's up to everyone. But like I said, with the temperature thing, I think that's going to help us out a lot. And of course, the Lysol, and Lacey, we can spray in each other's faces and stuff. Okay, so hotels. Everybody got a pen and paper, because I looked through the 3 main little towns that are around Sonoy, which is AKA Alexandria. And I put in, I did the time slots that were going. And so these are the prices that far in advance is what I came up with. Bleach and chewing Lysol wipes. All right, there you go. Okay, so Peachtree City. The first one is Days Inn and Suite. Right now, you're looking at $76 a night. Sean stays there all the time because he can bring his dog in there. I've stayed there before, too. This is all in Peachtree City, y'all. Okay. And I'll also put these on the Facebook page and then in Discord, so you can kind of figure out where you want to stay. Hopefully these are all like within 16 to 27 minutes from each other. Hopefully we can all be in the same hotel. Not the big mansion that Steve's wanting to get, because we ain't rolling like that. The Hilton Garden Inn, which is $153 a night. Fairfield Inn is $119 a night. I couldn't find the Bates Motel. I think that would have been cool. Crown Plaza is $105 a night. And then the Sleep Inn, which is $88 a night, and that includes breakfast. And I have stayed there before. It's real nice area. So that's all in Peachtree City. Right? Carlos, I am looking into the Airbnb with the group that's going with me from Texas all the way to Georgia. I am still looking into that. That's just kind of up in the air. A lot of them are going to get booked up real quick because they're going to be filming season 11 at that time. So, we can look at the bed and breakfast, but I was kind of looking at the safety part as far as COVID. So we could still see each other, for lunch and dinner and just whatever. The next little town is Noonan. That's where me and Polly just stayed at in October, home of Alan Jackson, country singer. There's the La Quinta Inn. It's $85 a night. The Sleep Inn is $80 a night. Hampton Inn is $95 a night. Radisson is $78 a night. Hey, Jenna. The home to suites is 121, and then the candle wood suites are 108. And then Hampton, which is a little town like 28 minutes away from Sonoy. No, he doesn't have a hotel. He was born and raised there. Alan Jackson. The only thing they have in Hampton is a Western Inn, and that's $66 a night. And then when you get to Sonoy, the actual town of Alexandria, aka Woodbury, they only have 2 little bed and breakfasts there. One is the Culpeper House, which is $105 a night, and it's right across the road, literally, y'all, from the walls, the main entrance of Alexandria. But right now it said it's temporary closed. I went ahead and put it on there because it could be open at that time. I'm not sure. Yes, Libras, whichever one. It's Liz. Yeah, 66 is not bad for the Western Inn. And the Vernada, which is in Sonoy, it's a bed and breakfast, and the breakfast is so good. Me and Polly love to go there. We stay there a lot. It's 125 to 155 a night, depending on what room you get. And guess what? The owners is Rick and Lori. Isn't that cool? That's their names, y'all. So yeah, that's the hotels. Like I said, I put it in for that time that, we're actually going there. Now I'm going to go on to food. So we gotta stay at the same place all the time. Liz, hey, American Mom. Liz, that is what Steve wants. A lot of us want to do that. We want to stay in one big old bed and breakfast or one big old house. But with COVID, I mean, I'm just kind of throwing it out there for everybody in case somebody doesn't want to be closed in. And I mean, especially if Craig's there, he's going to get on everybody's nerves. And so everybody needs their space. But anyway, I just kind of threw that out there. I mean, the bed and breakfast, I'll do that on a separate little sheet or whatever and put it on Discord so everybody can kind of see that. Hey, Sonia. Oh, yeah. Real quick, I want to say, yes, Craig. Everybody keep JB's family in their prayers. He's got some things going on. Ryan's mom, she's recuperating from surgery. American Mom on her trip, that they have a safe trip and back. My friend Kristen's dad. And just anybody else that's going through anything. Just keep everybody in your thoughts. So now let me move on to food. Food. In Sonoy, this is mainly just the list I'm fixing to tell y'all is just mainly in this little Sonoy town because pretty much we're going to be there every day. I mean, there's a Go Dogs on Main Street. It's a hot dog place. Bees Freeze. It's a snow cone shop. And most of these I've eaten at, y'all. Katie Lou's Cafe at Southern Food. It was okay. Yes, it is. That's got to be Steve. Lisa's Crepes, which is crepes and coffee and that kind of stuff. Matt's Small Town Pizza. Love it. It's very cheap. It's good pizza. I think they have like a little deal of like $6, a big old slice of pizza with salad. We eat there a lot. McGuire's Irish Pub. That's got a lot of good food in there. Me and Polly the first time we ate there back in October. There's not a Starbucks, Lacey, but there's 2 or 3 little coffee shops there, and they're just as good, if not better. And then Katie, there's Nick and Norman's. Nick and Norman's is burgers, pizza, all kinds of stuff like that. And they've got a little gift shop when you first walk in of all Nick and Norman's stuff, shot glasses, shirts, whatever. Let's see. And then the Sonoy Coffee Shop and Cafe. Now that's the one that's right on the corner across from the little gazebo where the main entrance of Woodbury was, going in and out of the little town. I heard that there's a new owner and they're moving. They're still going to be on the main street, but not in that same spot. So hopefully they'll be moved and completed and everything by the time we go, because that's the little cafe, the little coffee shop that has everything that's all the breakfasts are named after somebody. Like it's Herschel's Farmhouse Breakfast, and it's just a bunch. Yeah, Katie will probably be stuck at Nick and Norman's while we're walking around with Barry looking for her, and there she is. Yeah. Shopping. On the main street, they've got a lot of little antique shops, old Southern Western clothes and boot shops and stuff like that. Every shop on that street, that little main street, catered to The Walking Dead. Even though Fried Green Tomatoes, the reboot of Footloose, and a lot of other shows and everything have been filmed there, The Walking Dead is their big money maker. So like even little jewelry shop has little charms or whatever with the little zombie on it and stuff like that. So everybody's banking from the show. There's the Walking Dead Museum. It's actually smaller than what it used to be because, as we know, the show is wrapping up. Can we keep the shopping out of the plan? Dear God, I'm checking home. Anyway, the little museum, it did have Daryl's bike. Daryl's bike is now in Tennessee at the Nick and Norman's over there. They just actually reopened. I mean, they just had a grand opening of it yesterday. So that's where his bike is. Everything from, it used to be the Walking Dead Cafe. It was another coffee shop. Everything over there has actually moved into the museum. So every type of drink or whatever that the Walking Dead cast members have had or whatever, they've stopped in there and they just sign a picture of them. It's all in the museum. They've got one of Rick's, I think, sheriff uniforms in there that AMC has donated to the town and to kind of use in the museum. The museum's free. You just walk through there or whatever. When you get through with the museum, you go straight downstairs and it's the Woodbury shop. Now, I would suggest go to woodburyshop.com and go ahead and write up, Katie, everything you're wanting to buy, because there's so much stuff there and everything you see online is actually in the store. And I get a discount because I know the lady that runs the shop. And I'll let her know because I already told her in October that I'm bringing a big group. She donated a kidney to her nephew, so we're like this. She gave me a big discount when I was in there in October on the 3 shirts I got. So I told her I've got a big group coming, and hopefully I can get y'all some deals when we go there. But yeah, look at Woodbury Shop, and it's got all kinds of stuff in there, all kinds of zombie stuff. Okay, any questions on the dates, the safety, hotels, food, or anything like that? Michelle, I know you just joined. Is there anything that, oh yeah, I will have my camera with me. So I'll do the camera, the photo taking, and I'm also the tour guide on this journey. And Steve and Lacey, and I'm guessing American Mom, y'all can be the video people, do all the live streams. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. A lot of people that are out of the country that are interested in coming and they can't come because of COVID, or they just don't have the money or what. Steve, I did tell them that you're going to do a lot of little live streams so they can kind of follow along with us, and they're like excited about it. So make sure you got that going. Yes. So, okay, locations. I'm going to do this real quick. For Cobra Kai, there's Daniel's house, his workplace, and then the Cobra Kai gym. When me and Polly went there, we actually went to where they shoot the gym. They had a big old dumpster in front of it. It was all blocked off. I don't know if they were just cleaning because they were done shooting at the time or what, but we'll do that. Hazard County. A lot of the Avengers was filmed in downtown Atlanta. So that's cool. There's a lot of things shot in Georgia. If you just type in film locations Georgia, there's a lot that show up there. I got a little more. No. Okay. Bye, American Mom. Yes, Eileen, Cobra Kai. And if y'all haven't seen the trailer for the new season, oh my God, you got to go watch it. It's so good. Let's see. Stranger Things. Rachel, for Stranger Things, Star Court Mall, Max and Billy's house, Hawkins Lab. And if y'all haven't seen, I just got back. I went in October, so I got to see some of these and kind of get an idea if we can go on the property or not, you know. Cobra Kai should be Johnny's dealership. Yeah. Let's see. So back to Stranger Things. Dustin's house, Mike and Nancy's house, Lucas's house, Barb's house. All those houses are actually on one street. People own those houses go. So a lot of these locations, you know, we just take pictures from the street if we want, you know. A lot of them don't care as long as you're not going on their property and stuff like that. Katie. Katie, I will tell you though, Norman rides around in a motorcycle. So anytime we're near Alexandria, look for a motorcycle. That's where you'll see them. And then Jeffrey D. Morgan's always got like an older model car. I forgot what it is. But that's what he's usually in. And it's usually loud. Everybody knows when they're coming through. Okay, back to Stranger Things. I keep getting sidetracked. Steve's house, downtown Hawkins, the drugstore where Joyce worked, and then the cemetery where they had the fake Will Byers bodies, you know, funeral or whatever. Alrighty. Now on to The Walking Dead. There are like... right now, I've got from season 1 through 10 over 653 stops. Of course, we won't get through all of these. So what I did was kind of just threw like a handful of each season, the main stops that we're going to go to kind of get you pumped on Craig on where we're going to go. So season 1, these are some of the spots or stops that we're going to go. Y'all ready? Sonia. Duo. Craig, you don't count. You need to get caught up on The Walking Dead. Okay, so season 1, the opening intersection where Rick shoots the little girl at the gas station. Yes, we will go there. Rick wakes up from the hospital. Gonna go there. Rick's house and Morgan's house, which are right around the corner from each other. They're actually across from the Atlanta Zoo. It's in, yes, where it all started. Y'all gonna love the hospital. It's like an old, like where you drop off donations and stuff like that. It's one of those. The sheriff's station. Yes. Rick enters the city. That means where he's on the horse and you see all the cars, you know, on the side of the road, and he's on the horse going in downtown. There's that bridge right there. The first time I went and I took a picture, there's just happened to be a red car, like with Glendro passing up. It was so cool. It was cool, y'all. And then the CDC. And the CDC and a lot of these places in Atlanta, I like to go on Sundays because you don't have to pay for parking. It's easy to get around. There's not a lot of people in traffic and stuff. So a lot of the Atlanta stops we're going to do on a Sunday. So the promo shot. Yes, Wendy, that's what I'm talking about. Yep. It's really cool. You'll see people up there taking pictures, graduation pictures, wedding pictures, just because Atlanta's right there. It's really cool. Now on to season 2. There's a whole lot in every season, y'all. I just put the main attractions that we're going to go to on this list just to kind of, you know, get you pumped. Season 2, the survivors find a church. That's Sophia's church. So when they're coming through the cemetery, they actually, when they blocked it off to film that, they actually donated, AMC donated to that local cemetery to help upkeep the place. Because even though they didn't step on the graves or whatever, it looks like to us when we're watching it, they kept it sacred, you know. Yeah, Rachel, somebody needs to bring one. So yeah, the AMC donated to that. They also paid for them to build what do you call it? A little park over there. It even has from AMC, The Walking Dead. They donated to that. Carl's school flashback, where Shane drives up and he tells Lori about, you know, Rick getting shot. Me and my daughter Taryn actually recreated that scene. It's funny, y'all. And I hope all of y'all that are going are just on board to recreate any of these scenes because it's so funny to do that. Just put it side by side. We're still in season 2. Steve's pharmacy and where Rick and Glenn find Herschel at the bar. They are both right across from each other. So that little pharmacy where Maggie and Glenn got it on, yes, we'll go to both of those. Shane and Otis make a run for Carl, where Shane pretty much sacrifices Otis. That's actually at the Noonan High School. So we can kind of get it from the street. Hey, Kitty. And then the waterfall campsite where Rick and all of them, after the barn had burned down and they were sitting by a little campfire or whatever, there's a little waterfall there. The people that own that actually do little tours. You can stay there as long as you want. I think it's like $5 or $10. But I've been contacting a lady because we can't go on there on that property. You have to have like a tour or whatever by yourself, not with a, so I'm contacting her to kind of set us a date for us to go or whatever. If I go, we'll have 5 of y'all in human contact. All right, now season 3. Season 3, we know is all Woodbury. Okay, so Woodbury, pretty much. And if any of y'all haven't watched my video on there when I was doing the stream over there, Woodbury's right here, Terminus Tracks, and then Alexandria. It's going to amaze y'all how smaller it looks in person and how they reuse other, locations, whatever. The prison is, I'll talk about that in a minute, Carlos, but the prison is actually on, it's no more. They just have one of the officers' little hut or whatever. It's actually was on the studio lot. So where the prison used to be is actually Jadis's junkyard. So the more you know. So season 3, Woodbury, Milton's laboratory, where Glenn and Maggie were tortured. The kitty is 16 hours. Yeah. The Leavers need to come. The arena, that's where Philip Lacey had all the walker zombies fighting each other or whatever. Morgan's apartment. Now, Morgan's apartment, we can get a picture in all that little area, whatever, where he had all the booby traps. We can get pictures of that. But to actually go inside of it, we would have to pay for the tour. So that's just something we're all had to discuss if we want to even spend the money on doing that, The Sportsman Deer Cooler, that's where Michonne had on Andrea, the slut. She had her there when she was all, running a fever, whatever. Rick meets the governor and where Merle dies. Merle hotwires a car and he has a drink. So all of this is for season 3. Season 4. It's the message barn. It's where Philip's walking across and he sees the sign where it says Brian or whatever. And that's where he took the name Brian. That's real cool to see in person. Carl finds Pudding. So the Pudding House, which is right behind the walls of, on the other side on the main street of Alexandria. And right next to us is the house where Rick is hiding from Joe's gang, the Claimers. Daryl and the group of Claimers find the auto shop where they're fighting over everything. So yeah, Katie will go there where Daryl was like, I didn't take the rabbit. Glenn and Tara enter the tunnel. And then Terminus Track, sorry. Season 5, Beth at the hospital. That we can actually go up to the gate and get pictures. You can't really see much. To go across the gates or whatever, that's another one where you would have to pay for to go inside that. As far as the Grove, I do have it on a list. I think it's a hidden little house. A lot of these I'm not naming, Jay. I do have them. I'm just naming like the main ones per season to kind of give you an idea, Season 6, Enid's flashback. And Glenn, Michonne, Nicholas, and others arrive in town where all those people died. Michonne and the group climbs the fence. Nicholas finds an old friend. And then the dumpster are all right there in the same little spot. So, Morgan's Zen training spot, Eastman's cabin. That's actually in a wooded area, but there's a bridge, which I'm going to tell you about that bridge in a minute. From the bridge, you can actually see the spot where they were doing all the training and stuff. So that's cool. The Savior's compound, not their not their main spot, but the compound. The satellite dishes, and then where Maggie and Carol were captured was actually across the street from that. Yeah, we all hated Nicholas. Where Denise finds the soda and she dies. That's a little train track area. That's really cool. And then the Savior that's hanging over the bridge right before the Negan introduction. And now we're going to season 7. The Savior hanging over the bridge is the same area where Go Get My Axe, where Negan's just tormenting the crap out of my beloved Rick. That's all in the same area. And that's a cool little bridge to go down. We went right after that episode had aired, and we were looking all around just in the wooded areas for any like gunshot shells and stuff like that, which they don't have that. No, Beth's hospital is not in Atlanta. It's actually in Noonan. It's in Noonan, Georgia. They actually wrote it in there, but it's actually in Noonan. So season 7, Go Get My Axe. Carol's home away from home when she leaves the kingdom and she doesn't want to, stay around there. She wants to be by herself. That little house. Carl saves Indian at a gas station when Carl's driving the car and he just smashed into a pole. Yeah. Tara and Hugh's parking spot. Remember I said I would go back to it? That is the same bridge off to the left where you would see Morgan training with Eastman. Same little area. So see, that was in season 6 and they revisited in season 7. We may see a Shiva. We may. And Jesus Tuck and Roll when he jumps out of the truck when they're going to the Savior's compound, and he tells Carl he needs to leave. He's like, okay, I'll jump out too, but just Jesus jumped out. Yeah, that's a little area. And then Dwight and Sherry's house, which is right down from the studio. Season 8, Carl finds gas. It's that little callback from season 1 where Rick's looking for gas right before Carl's final scenes. It's the same spot, the same intersection where they have the pile up and Sophia runs away from the walker. So that was season 1 all the way to season 8. See how they reused a lot of locations? It's pretty cool. I'm a good driver. How many seasons are there? Be quiet, Craig. Season 9, the DC Smithsonian, which is actually the city hall in downtown Atlanta. Rick's final walk. And that is actually the same bridge where Merle and Daryl saw those people on the bridge and they were held up in the car with the baby. And Merle makes the racist comment about Mexicans. That's the same bridge where Rick blows up the bridge. It's the same walk, same area. And that was, season 3 or 4? And they reused it in season 9. Isn't the kingdom? Yes, the kingdom. I'm going to go over that in a minute, James, on a couple of main spots that everybody's going to be asking for. And I'll touch upon that. Henry, we're still in season 9. Henry leaves the wagon and helps those stupid saviors or whatever. And Carol's like, what are you doing? When Carol goes and burns them all up, that is also the same spot when Negan gets out of the jail cell the first time and he stops to get something to eat or whatever. That's the same little spot. Pretty cool. Eugene places the amplifier. That's where him and Rosita or he's on that water tower or whatever and he falls and those whispers are coming. That's actually right next to a cemetery. Yeah. The covered bridge whisperer. That's where Daryl and Michonne find Lydia. I've actually recreated that. I was on my knees like Lydia. It was really cool. But yeah, that's it's a very cool bridge too. That same bridge was used in Nosferatu, that new TV show. I don't think it lasted long, but they used that same bridge in that one. Still in season 9, the bulbs, where Jerry's like, we got to go get the bulb. You know, my kids got to see a movie or whatever. That's pretty cool. Right down from that is actually where Beta starts listening. He puts the face on of Alpha. It's the same little area where they found the bulb or whatever. Let's see. X marks the spot. It's the little school area, whatever, where Michonne and Daryl get the X branded on from the Children of the Corn. It's the same little school where Bob had his leg chopped off, and the stupid Terminus people were chomping on it. It's the same area. So see, it's just really cool how they go back and they reuse all these areas. And when you see it in person, you can tell why, especially Terminus, why they use those places, because it is run down big time. And then the road covered in snow. That is the same road that they use on the 18 miles out, where Shane and Rick stop and they have Randall in the trunk and they're deciding what to do with him. That's the same spot. The spikes, the heads on the spikes. It's a field, but we'll go to it. We're canceling work. In season 10, we'll get to go to where Alpha and Lydia's flashback where they meet Beta, which I have a picture of that. Me and Polly went to it back in October. It looks like an area where a lot of homeless people stay at. So they, you know, it's kind of sketchy. Carol and Daryl seek shelter. That's where Carol starts seeing all the like hallucinations or whatever like that. It's pretty much the outside that they filmed it in. The inside they actually filmed in the studio. Michonne and Virgil arrive on the island. I actually went to that and did a little video on that. If you go to look under my videos, you'll see that one. There's 2 spots for that. One of them they shot in Oceanside, and the other one, I think it's when Michonne is finally leaving. That's the area that I shot. The entire group hiding at the hospital. It's the same hospital as Beth's hospital. The minefield where Princess was. Me and Polly did try to go down there, but in October they had a film crews there. So I don't know if they were going back there and they were filming something else with The Walking Dead or another movie or show. I don't know, but it was blocked off. Hopefully we can go back there. And then where Eugene is at the train yard with everybody and the stormtroopers come out. That's actually a actual business. They have a guard at the front, so we wouldn't be able to get in there, but we can at least drive up to, you know, as close as we can. But that's what I have as far as locations. That's just a handful, y'all. Y'all gonna, like I said, you're gonna get a Walking Dead overload. Places we can't go. The quarry from season 1, where our group was in Atlanta at that nice little area. That's the same spot where they shot the episode in Stranger Things where 11 comes and helps them. They've also shot the Hunger Games there. That is closed because when The Walking Dead was shot there, so many teenagers went in there and did some stupid crap. So it's closed to the public. So that's one of the areas we cannot go to. No, Lacey, that's just, you know, that's what I have though. We cannot go to Herschel's farm. That is a private road. If you do not live there, you won't even go through the entrance of it. There has been 5 new owners now because so many people have actually crossed through the woods to try to get to the place. If y'all look at an aerial shot of it, there's no way I would be going through the woods. The first owner was an older couple that owned it when they shot there. They actually stayed up in the attic when they were filming, and they would come down between takes or whatever and, you know, talk with the whole cast and everything. That was cool. A lot of this I learned from taking the studio tour. Alexandria, we can't go inside the walls. The prison, like I said, that was torn down. They just have one spot of that. Where the prison was is actually Jadis's junkyard. Hilltop you can't go to. It's in the studio. The Kingdom you can't get to. You can drive by and you can kind of see the top of the buildings, but it's in the Tyler Perry studio. So there's no getting to it. We've even tried to drive up to at least the the gates of it, and yeah, that's a no-go. I wasn't even going to attempt that. Oceanside, the actual beach area is 6 hours away from where we're staying. If it was not that far away, I would say, hey, let's go to it. But yeah, it's too far. Now, the actual Oceanside huts are actually on the studio lot. We did get to go see that when they opened it up for the studio tours. I really hope they open it up soon, which I doubt it since they're going to be filming. But that would be so awesome for y'all to see, because to see Hilltop in person is so cool. The Savior Sanctuary, not the compound, the sanctuary is in the it's right across from where the prison was. It's on the studio lot, so we can't get to that either. Jadis's Junkyard can't get to. And then Father Gabriel's Church we can't get to. A cool story about that. Where his church was, they tore it down. And that is actually the location where Glenn and Abraham were killed. When we took the tour, they let us take pictures of it, but we couldn't get out of the little van. They consider it sacred ground. As respect for those two actors, they actually kept the pose there where they were kneeling, and they won't film in that little spot anymore. So that was cool. So the last thing, anybody got any questions about any kind of the locations or whatever? Y'all just talking crap to each other. Okay. If you're staying in Peachtree City, you will actually be near Carl's school. If you're staying in Noonan, you will be in the same little town as Shane and Otis Makes the Run, the Governor's Arena, Merle Hot Wires a Car with Michonne, Bev's Hospital, Carol's Home Away from Home, Carl Saves Indian at the Gas Station, and then the group hiding at the hospital, and Carol and Kelly talking in the car. It's all right there in Noonan. So you'll be around all those areas. Okay, go ahead. What's the question? I'm listening, Dubo. Yeah, I'm listening. How many miles and all this contain? I'm not sure. It's a lot of these are all in the same location. The furthest we would have to travel would be from Sonoy would be up to Georgia. I mean, Atlanta, I'm sorry, up to Atlanta. But a lot of these little towns are all within 20 minutes of each other, 30 minutes at the most, because with The Walking Dead, they do not, the Oceanside is the furthest they've ever filmed. They don't film anything over an hour outside of the Sonoy area. So all these little towns are within 30 minutes of each other. And so once you get to those little towns, it's just here, pretty much. Who all lives, or just a number? Because I have a number of 20 people that have confirmed and 8 maybe. Liz and Joel can go. I can watch. No, it's really not nothing. Like I said, Steve or Lacey or both of y'all. It's just once you get there, that's what I'm saying. It would be so much easier once I get there. Just get a van, and we're just going from place to place, and it'll all be on. The miles will be all on the van. So okay. So I did that. So if you're staying, I think you were one of the maybes, Wendy. If you're staying in Hampton, you're going to be near Glenn's dumpster, the Savior hanging from the bridge, Negan messing with Rick about the axe, and Carl searches for gas, and Sophia makes a run. So that's all in Hampton. If you're staying in Sonoy, you're looking at Sophia's Church, the Waterfall, Woodbury, Alexandra, Merrill Has a Drink, Carl's Pudding House, the Claimer's House, Glenn and Tara in her tunnel, Terminus in his flashback, Rick and Daryl run into Jesus, Morgan's training spot, Dwight and Sherry's house, the Spike Row, and then the 18 miles out. I mean, any one of these little towns you're going to be at, you're going to be in the Walking Dead territory. So it's just a matter of which one you want to choose. So I think that's pretty much what I have. Any other questions? It's actually SEN. They have actually a shirt that shows you how it's pronounced. It's SENOIA. It really is. James is right. It's I know Michelle will like it too. It's very southern. Peachtree is like 16 minutes away. Sean, to be exact, 16 minutes away. So it's not. I've just, that's all I had, unless somebody just got here and wants me to review over anything else that I've already said, or like I said, if you are watching this later on, leave your question in the comment, as Lacey says, the comments below. She does it better though, and I'll answer it. I'm always checking it. Craig Kostalecki. Did I tell you that the Packers suck? They do. Well, so do the Cowboys right now. If that is it, I'm going to, when I drive, it's like 3 minutes. Well, of course, Sean, because you don't go to speed limit. But no, Duo, to answer your question, yeah, like Peachtree, 16 minutes away. Noonan's 27 minutes away. Hampton's 28 minutes away. They're all within, driving distance. Bye, sister. So if nobody has anything else that I need to go over, or you think of a question later on, catch me on Discord, in here, or the Facebook page. If you're haven't confirmed, I'm wearing a Rick mask for the entire okay, that's fine. If y'all are looking at, you don't want to stay at a hotel and actually bed and breakfast, I'll get a couple of those together and put those on in the Discord, on the trip page, also in the Facebook page. So I got to make sure I've got it all covered. Everybody's going to see it. It is a lot of work for me to put these locations together. I hope everybody that does come enjoys it, and I want to make sure everybody gets that location, that one location that they want to see. Like, hey, I didn't get to go here, let me know, because I want to make sure everybody that's buying your plane ticket to get there, it was worth it, so let me know. It's the way we're going to start the trip is we're going to start up in Atlanta and work our way down to all the little towns, just how it is. And that's the time consuming part for me, is so we don't have to backtrack. It's okay, here all in Atlanta. Okay, now we got to over here. So, but 5 days, I'm pretty sure within 2 days, my friend Emily, my friend Kristen, Stephanie, Taryn, Shauna, Polly, they can all tell you, we pretty much got it done like in 2 days, and it'll actually be better if we're all in one car. So like I said, if you're just tuning in, go back to the beginning of this. You can see all the safety measurements that Sean and I are putting our heads together and make sure that everybody's taken care of. And if you're the first 20 that have already confirmed, I can tell you what Sean's putting together. It's you're going to love it. But if nobody's got any more questions, Kristen, Oh, real quick. Can I? No, I can't stand that song. It's so nasty. Real quick, y'all. My friend Kristen, my best friend, actually sent me this for Christmas. And I'm going to do a separate video of all my, what do you call it? A Wizard of Oz stuff. In case y'all don't know, I'm a big collector of it. I'm trying not to clank these together, but she sent me this. Because she loves me. She knows I'm a very special person. And Kristen's actually in the chat. She can tell you it's she got a Walking Dead overload too when we went. Let's see. I'm trying not to clank it all together. Anyway, it is a Wizard of Oz wind chime. It's so cool. Clank, 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 clank. Oh, it's making a lot of noise. Like the balls. But I'll do a separate one, and y'all get to see all my Wizard of Oz stuff. But I'm going to see all my Duo Reacts people over in Discord so we can start playing Among Us. And hopefully I can be one of those people that kill everybody because I haven't been that yet. And I will see y'all all later. Like I said, leave them in the comments if you got any more questions. Hopefully everybody that's in here can go. It's going to be such a great time, especially when you have people like Steve that's going to go. I mean, it's going to be hilarious. It's going to be fun. Like I said, wherever we're staying, we're probably going to get kicked out. But that's okay. Everybody start saving up money and we can bail each other out. But if that's it, if you can think of anything later on, we got, what, 5 months to go. Let me know. It's going to be fun. And James, I won't forget about you. If you still want me to pick you up on the way in, I'm going to do it. So everybody have a great night. Have a great weekend. And I will talk to y'all later.